You wake up one morning and stretch your legs only to be met with a sharp cramp that makes you wince. Later that day, while walking to the mailbox, your calves feel unusually tight and your feet begin to tingle. You sit down thinking maybe it's just fatigue, but the sensation doesn't go away. You feel a subtle coldness in your feet despite the warm weather. These signs, easily dismissed or attributed to age, may be the early warnings of a much more serious condition: poor circulation in the lower limbs. This isn't just an inconvenience or a sign of getting older. It's a warning bell. Blood circulation is the lifeline of the human body. When it falters, particularly in the legs and feet, it doesn't just reduce comfort or mobility, it opens the door to far graver consequences. Impaired circulation can lead to swelling, nerve damage, blood clots, and in extreme cases, tissue death. Even a small drop in circulatory efficiency can start a chain reaction that weakens your heart, stresses your joints, and reduces your body's ability to fight off infections. After the age of 50, the risk rises exponentially. Age-related changes in blood vessels, decreased physical activity, and the progression of chronic conditions like diabetes and hypertension silently chip away at circulatory health. Many seniors are unaware that the heaviness in their legs or the numbness in their toes may be the first signals of a system in distress. What if there were a simple addition to your daily routine that could reverse some of this damage? What if one vitamin, readily available, affordable, and supported by clinical science, could act as a catalyst to restore blood flow, strengthen vessels, and even relieve pain? Today, we dive deep into the remarkable role of vitamin E in transforming circulatory health after 50. From its biochemical effects to real-life stories of recovery, we'll explore how this often overlooked nutrient is changing lives one step at a time. Understanding the circulatory crisis in senior circulation is often misunderstood. People think of it only when they feel the chill in their toes or when varicose veins become visible. But it is far more than a temperature control mechanism or cosmetic concern. It's a complex, life-sustaining system that transports oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and immune cells throughout the body. When this system falters, the results are far-reaching. With aging, arteries tend to lose elasticity. Veins may weaken, and valves inside them responsible for keeping blood flowing in the right direction start to fail. Add in a sedentary lifestyle, poor dietary habits, and underlying conditions like peripheral artery disease or chronic venous insufficiency, and you have a perfect storm brewing in the lower half of your body. According to a study by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, approximately 1 in 3 adults over 50 suffers from chronic venous insufficiency, a condition where blood struggles to return from the legs to the heart. Additionally, data from the World Health Organization indicates that more than 68% of adults globally have insufficient intake of essential nutrients critical for vascular health. These are not just numbers. They represent real suffering, diminished independence, and an increased risk of hospitalization. The consequences are often silent but severe. Cold extremities, cramping, swelling, discoloration, and frequent fatigue are not trivial complaints. They are signs that your body is struggling to do something it once managed with ease: move blood efficiently. The miracle nutrient, vitamin E. Among all the nutrients available to support cardiovascular health, vitamin E stands out for its targeted effects on circulation. Known primarily as a powerful antioxidant, vitamin E does much more than protect skin or enhance immune function. It directly impacts the way blood flows, how vessels behave, and how resilient your vascular system can be under stress. Vitamin E works by reducing oxidative stress, the damage caused by free radicals that accumulate with age, pollution, stress, and poor diet. These free radicals harm the lining of blood vessels, making them stiff and less responsive. By neutralizing these molecules, vitamin E helps restore flexibility and health to artery walls. More importantly, vitamin E prevents platelets in the blood from clumping together. This effect is critical because clumping is the first step toward clot formation. Blood clots, particularly in deep vein thrombosis, are life-threatening conditions that affect millions of seniors every year. By reducing platelet aggregation of vitamin E, helps blood stay smooth flowing, reducing the risk of blockages and improving overall flow. Additionally, it promotes the production of nitric oxide, a molecule that helps blood vessels relax and widen. This vasodilation process is essential for reducing blood pressure and enhancing blood delivery to tissues, particularly in the legs and feet, where distance from the heart naturally makes circulation more challenging. Real-life stories of transformation. Let's look at a few real examples from senior care patients who saw dramatic improvements with the integration of vitamin E into their routines. Helen, a 72-year-old retired school teacher, came in complaining of cold feet and painful nighttime cramps. Despite regular walking and a reasonably healthy diet, she was losing feeling in her toes. Blood work revealed low antioxidant levels and early signs of arterial stiffness. After incorporating a high-quality natural vitamin E supplement into her daily regimen, along with a diet rich in leafy greens, nuts, and seeds, Helen reported significant improvements in just 8 weeks. Her cramping subsided, and for the first time in years, her feet felt warm again, without the need for socks at night. Similarly, Robert, 69, who had been managing type 2 diabetes for over a decade, experienced sharp tingling sensations in his feet, a common complication known as diabetic neuropathy. He was skeptical of supplements, having tried many with little effect. But after targeted nutritional testing, it became clear he was severely deficient in vitamin E. With the support of his endocrinologist, Robert began a supplementation plan that also included physical therapy and improved hydration. Within 3 months, not only had the tingling reduced, but his walking distance had increased by over 40%, and his insulin sensitivity showed signs of improvement. These are not isolated miracles. They are examples of what becomes possible when modern nutritional science meets personalized senior care. How to integrate vitamin E safely and effectively. The success of vitamin E depends on quality, dosage, and consistency. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that are flushed out daily, vitamin E is fat-soluble, which means it is stored in the body. Therefore, it's important not to over-supplement. The recommended daily intake for adults is about 15 milligrams. However, studies show that many adults over 50 consume less than 50% of this amount through diet alone. While supplementation is one option, food sources are often more bioavailable and better tolerated. Foods rich in vitamin E include almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, kale, hazelnuts, and avocados. Just a handful of almonds or a tablespoon of sunflower seeds provides a large portion of your daily requirement. For those who struggle with chewing or have restricted diets, cold-pressed oils like sunflower or wheat germ oil can be added to salads and soups to increase vitamin E intake naturally. It's important to choose supplements derived from natural sources labeled as D-alpha tocopherol rather than synthetic ones marked DL-alpha tocopherol. The body absorbs natural vitamin E far more efficiently and is less likely to cause adverse effects. Before starting any new vitamin regimen, particularly one that can interact with medications like blood thinners, seniors should consult their healthcare provider. This ensures the dosage is appropriate and doesn't conflict with existing prescriptions or conditions. Complementary strategies to maximize circulatory health. While vitamin E can work wonders, it's not a silver bullet. The most effective strategy for improving blood circulation after age 50 is a holistic approach combining proper nutrition, physical activity, stress management, and preventive care. Movement is critical. Even light physical activity stimulates the calf muscles, which act like a second heart pumping blood upward toward the torso. Gentle walking water, aerobics, or Tai Chi can help older adults maintain joint flexibility while encouraging vascular flow. For those with mobility limitations, even leg elevation and ankle rotations while seated can contribute significantly to circulation. Hydration is another often overlooked pillar. Blood becomes more viscous when the body is dehydrated, making circulation slower and more labored. Seniors should aim for a consistent intake of water throughout the day, adjusting for climate medications and activity levels. Managing weight and inflammation also enhances the efficacy of vitamin E. Excess weight puts undue pressure on leg veins, exacerbating circulatory issues. Consuming anti-inflammatory foods like berries, fatty fish, flaxseed, and green tea can reduce oxidative damage, allowing vitamin E to do its job more effectively. Compression garments, particularly socks and stockings, are an evidence-based solution for many individuals suffering from leg discomfort. These apply gentle, consistent pressure to support vein function, especially for those standing or sitting for extended periods. They can be used alongside a vitamin E routine to deliver measurable relief in cases of chronic venous insufficiency. Lastly, seniors should consider periodic vascular screening. These non-invasive tests assess blood flow, detect early signs of blockages, and help health professionals tailor treatment plans that may include targeted nutrient therapy like vitamin E supplementation. The consequences of ignoring vitamin E deficiency. When left unaddressed, vitamin E deficiency can have cascading effects. Beyond poor circulation, individuals may experience weakened immune response, vision problems, skin degradation, and heightened vulnerability to chronic diseases. One of the most concerning outcomes is nerve damage. The peripheral nervous system, responsible for sending signals to and from the brain and limbs, is highly sensitive to oxidative stress. Without adequate vitamin E, the protective sheath around nerves begins to deteriorate, leading to conditions like peripheral neuropathy. Symptoms may include burning sensations, shooting pains, numbness, or loss of balance, each of which dramatically increases the risk of falls and injuries in older adults. From a cardiovascular perspective, a prolonged deficiency increases the risk of plaque accumulation, blood vessel stiffness, and hypertension. As blood flow decreases, the heart compensates by working harder, which can result in enlarged cardiac chambers and eventually lead to heart failure if left unmanaged. Perhaps most insidious is how quietly this deficiency can progress. Because symptoms overlap with normal aging or other conditions, they're often overlooked. Seniors may attribute their declining stamina, slower wound healing, or memory lapses to aging, when in fact nutritional deficiencies are at play. Daily routine. Integrating circulatory health into everyday life. A successful strategy for promoting circulation after 50 doesn't require dramatic life changes, only consistent and intentional daily habits. Morning. Start your day with a warm glass of water and a 5-minute stretch session. Perform gentle ankle circles, heel raises, and knee lifts to awaken the circulatory system. Include a vitamin E-rich breakfast, a spinach omelet cooked in olive oil, or a smoothie with avocado, banana, and sunflower seeds. Midday. Avoid sitting for more than an hour without moving. Set a timer to stand up, walk, or stretch every 60 minutes. A light walk around the house or down the street, even for 5 minutes, can prevent blood pooling in the lower limbs. Lunch and dinner. Focus on whole foods, grilled salmon or sardines, lentil salads with pumpkin seeds or roasted vegetables with olive oil. These meals not only contain healthy fats and vitamin E, but also improve the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients. Evening before bed, elevate your legs for 10-15 minutes using a cushion or rolled-up blanket. This aids venous return and reduces swelling. Finish the day with a calming ritual like light massage, Epsom salt soaks, or deep breathing to ease tension and support cardiovascular balance. Consistency in these routines allows vitamin E to work as an enhancer, not just a supplement, but a key ingredient in a system designed to thrive. Conclusion. A personal message from a senior care professional. As someone who has worked extensively with older adults, I've seen firsthand how small changes can lead to profound improvements. One of the most common patterns I've noticed in struggling patients is resignation, the belief that fatigue, leg pain, or circulation problems are just part of the aging process. I'm here to tell you they're not. Aging is natural, but suffering is not inevitable. The human body retains remarkable capacity for regeneration when supported correctly. And often what it needs isn't a complex medical procedure, but something as simple as the right vitamin delivered consistently and respectfully. Vitamin E is not a cure-all, but for the right person in the right circumstances, it can mean the difference between a restless night and restful sleep, between daily leg cramps and the freedom of a neighborhood walk, between isolation and participation. Take your circulation seriously. Listen to what your body is telling you. If your legs feel heavy, your feet are cold, or your toes tingle more than they used to, don't ignore it. Look closely at your nutrition, your routines, and your willingness to take proactive steps. You deserve the vitality to enjoy this next chapter of your life, not just endure it. If you found this article informative or eye-opening, we encourage you to take the next step in your health journey. Subscribe to the Longevity Secret channel for more in-depth science-backed advice tailored specifically for those over 50. Like this article, share it with a friend or family member who might benefit, and let's continue building a stronger, healthier future together.